Just a simple blues. The sun was shining a little while ago, but now it got cloudy. But I still had the blues. I kind of know what they mean, you know. But anyway, so the direct instructions was to do the blues, and I think it was an egg. And then the direct instructions said make a fictional song about a lady. So this is me trying to play some blues. It's gonna be simple as I can get it. I didn't rehearse. Well, I know this lady. Every time I come around, she wanna hug on me. So for some people, they like that. For little Johnny. I said, I know this here lady. Every time I see her, she wanna hug on me. But see, I can't get with that, because I got a family and kids. And their mama. So the next time I see that lady, well, I'ma ask her kindly, please, don't hug on me. Now for some men are children, that would be the answer to their prayer. Oh yes, Lord. Some of y'all men out there, well, whoa. It would be the answer to all your prayers. But as far as how I live, it's kind of a big disgrace. See, I told you I didn't rehearse it. I'm just saying what I feel. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I guess you might as well say she's a nice lady. But all that glitters ain't always gold. Oh, Lord. She might be a nice lady, matter of fact, she is, and I don't blame her for that. But all that glitters ain't always truly gold. Plus, I love my family too much. I don't ever want to be nowhere and this lady pull up on me and start hugging me in front of the family. Well, you know it can't go like I don't go for that now. Suppose if I was a guy and did that to a female now. Well, enough for the words. How about some? right? So the thing is about, in real life, I'm sorry, honey, kids, if you hear this, but in real life, I go to a pub and buy a sandwich and maybe have a beer or something. And there's this lady. When I first met her, I was having a rough day. Well, not met her, but when I first went in there and she come over around me, she said, "Oh, hi," all bubbly and everything with her glasses and her blonde hair and everything. And I never knew her before, but then all of a sudden she started hugging on me. Right? So yeah, okay, for that. Oh, thank you, Miss Lady. Oh, really? Yeah. But then it's like, now, every time she see you, she want to turn around and hug on you and try to kiss you on the cheek and stuff. I'm like, no. Like Chris Tucker said, Michael Jackson said to him, "No, Chris, no, Chris. No, Chris, no, Chris." I seen him one time. I said, "Hey, listen." I said, "No, hold up." I'm like, no. I ain't never said that. As much as I wish I never imagined myself telling some lady, "Come on, hey, please don't hug on me." We get in trouble for that, us men, you know what I'm saying? But my days of wanting a lady is kind of like evaporated, man. Now my mind is on different things. I had a lady, and that's why, listen. And then things dissolved and busted up. Children in the mix, you know. And to this very day, she's really the only lady that I will ever really fully love. Even though it wasn't working out and we went this and that, but we're still friends to this day. You know, I do the best I can. Matter of fact, I met her father. Listen to this one. When I was no more than 15 years old, riding my bicycle up in Franklin Park up in Dorchester, you know, pretending I was the MBTA, picking up people at every bench. And then I heard in the distance, every time I stopped at a bench, I heard some Trinidadian music, basically, with the steel drums. It was a, you know. And then as I got closer and closer to the bandstand, I reached up to the bandstand and full-fledged in your face, steel drums, horns, drummer. The drummer had a North drum set. If you remember what that was, it was these drums that came out like a tuba, kind of like right at you, projectiles. So I walked over, and they were still playing, and I walked closer and closer to the bandstand, right where the drummer was, stage left. The drummer was on stage left, all the steel drums was in front. So I'm looking at him, and I do my eyebrows at him like, you know, like I'm a kid in the candy store. We always wanted one of those North drum sets. It was nice, and he had one. Like I said, my blues skills is kind of simple. And I'm trying to tell the story at the same time. So anyway, make a long story short, I met the man, and he went on break. And on his whole break, we walked about half a football field away. And he talked to me for his whole break. And then at the end of our conversation, he said, "Hey man, I got to go about the bandstand now. You gotta take care of yourself now, here." I said, "Yes sir, I sure will." I said, "It's so nice to talk to you." Shook his hand. You know, I'm shorter than him, so I'm looking up at this man. again. See you later, man. Yep, nice to meet you. And then I was getting ready to throw my leg on the bicycle seat to get on my 10-speed. And he hollered at me. He said, "Now, hey, man." I said, "Yes." He said, "Yeah, man, and keep up the music." I said, "Yup, I will. Thank you." I rode off into the sunset. It was getting to be a little late. Rode down Glenway Street, Warner Street, West Park Street, Westcott Street, where I live. Play before I tell you the story. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, happy day. So, I'm over to this lady house named Andrea that I met. And I said, "Oh, a picture book. Picture book, yeah, will tell you the history of their family, their grandmother, their mother, their father, their cousin, their sister, brother. All this stuff inside the family book." I was quite pleased to look inside. Now, mind you, I just met her maybe no more than 6 months ago. And I said, "Oh, the family picture book." I said, "I loved it." And then I said, "Hey, I remember that drum set." I said, "I think I was there that same day this drum set was there, because it's in the same spot. And it's the North drum set." She said, "What drum set?" I said, "This one right here." And she said, "Oh, that's my father's drum set." Eyes closed. You know what I mean? "Yeah, that's my father's." I said, "What?" "I think I met him, years ago." And then she flipped the page some more. And it landed on a single picture of this man with the Trinidadian crochet hat on, the half gold tooth and stuff, and the sleeveless shirt that he had on that day. The netted shirt, no sleeves. You could see his arm muscles. So, and I said, "Wow, I met him." Yeah, she didn't think nothing of it. I'm thinking, like, I met this guy 30 years ago. "That's your dad? Really?" So it's like the father gives the bride away, because by the time I got up, he was gone upstairs. So, just to go to show you, I don't know if there's anybody within 50 miles of where I'm at now who could tell you that story same exact way. I swear I'm the only one now who have that story to tell. But then again, I said you never know. There's a whole bunch of people in this world. They might can tell you a story just like it or similar, but I still say there ain't nobody that can tell you the same story that I'm going to tell you. And that's why I still love her to this day. Even though we don't stay together. But that's a heck of a story, man. You met her father before you even knew her. 30 years back in the future, like you were a time traveler. Time traveler, baby. Never know where you're gonna go. Never know where you end up tomorrow. You know, and your mind go through all these confusions and conclusions and delusions and all. It's a wonder why you got the blues. But then again, it's a wonder how you're making it through the blues. How'd I ever make it? How'd I ever make it? Who? What? Why? How have I made it this far? Well, Lord have mercy. That's my version. Yeah, how you like that? Sing it, tell the story, play the chords with some blues, basic blues chords. They're my signature lick. Yes, sir. Thank you. The blues. Told you two different stories, but that's all right. I can't wait to watch it myself. I'm going to put it on rewind and look at it. Thank you.